surprise. Always keep me hypnotized with his love for me.
Bless up, everybody. It's Melody Mondays with Joseph, Benaiah. We're live here on Instagram. Come on over.
Blessings they fall like rain.
Blessings, everybody. Blessings, everybody. Good to see you guys over here on Instagram. If you're on the radio listening around the world, join us on Instagram at Roots Reggae Hub. Take in the video portion of this interview tonight. I am interviewing Joseph Benaiah. All right, guys. Tonight's going to be a good night. I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm going to share this live right now with everybody. I think I'm going to send an invite to Joseph. Or we can talk to the king. How's everybody feeling tonight? Where are you tuned in from? Let me know in the comment section. This track is Blessings. Joseph Benaiah. How's everybody feeling? End of October. It's a brand new month. November is here. All right, Joseph is here. So we're going to connect him in right now. I'm going to send him an invite right now. With your friends, people, share this live. What's up, everybody? I'm going to be talking to Joseph Benaiah tonight. I'm excited. Good vibes all the time. It's Melody Mondays with Shayna McCullough. Joseph, do you see my invite? It's going to pop up at the bottom of your screen where the little person is. You're going to see an invite. You just have to click join. We're going to be talking to Joseph Reasoning about his new album. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys have seen the promo for that as well that I've been sharing. There is an album launch party happening this weekend. Let me see if I can send this to Joseph. Get him to join us so we can start our conversation. It's also the Canadian Reggae Music Conference. Check out Masani's Instagram as well. Hi, Joseph.
How you doing?
Bless. I'm feeling good. I was just playing your song, Blessing, and giving thanks for our reasoning tonight.
Yes. Can you see me properly?
Yes, I can see you. There's a little light in the back that's highlighting your face. Are you in the studio?
I was, and I came outside.
Okay.
How about that? That's better. Yes.
Yes.
I came outside because I didn't know this would take us so long. We're doing a mix.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, your mix is happening.
Yeah.
So you're in the creation mode right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're looking great.
Thank you. I'm excited to talk to you tonight. I want you to tell everyone who you are. You know, for people that might not know you, because we're also live on the radio as well. And of course, there's a lot of people that do know you. But in your own words, tell us who Joseph Benaiah is.
Joseph Benaiah is a musician about 45 years, 50 years in the business doing music. Let me see what else I can say. I've been doing music for that. That is Joseph Benaiah. Benaiah is a biblical name. It came from the Bible, Kings and Chronicles. Benaiah was also a musician in King David's army. But the reason that name Benaiah came about was I was in a group with Carlton Coffee. Now, if you don't know who Carlton Coffee is, He was the lead singer for Inner Circle, who sing Bad Boy, and la 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 la.
What you
So
gonna do?
we were in the group together, and that's when we would call the backup singers Benaiah, and then we would call the group Asaf. And he decided to leave the group and go to Inner Circle. Of course, they made monster hits. And I stayed, and he said, I'm going to take my name with me. I don't see for what reason. He was already in a group with big name already. So he took the name, so I continued with Benaiah. So Benaiah was not something that I thought about and decided to go ahead with, but because it was left on my shoulder, I used it. I
Okay.
can't explain it any clearer than that.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Interesting, because names are important. So it's funny how that. I love you sharing that story on how that came to be,
That's
and
right.
also the history behind the name as well. I was interested to know that.
Right.
Tell me about your childhood growing up. I like to start at the roots and foundation to get to really know what makes you who you are as an artist. Tell me about your family life and how that was.
Okay, so my dad was a preacher, and my mom was evangelist to the church.
Mm.
I grew up in Jamaica. I was born in Kingston. Part of Kingston, they said St. Andrew, but as for me growing up, I grew up in Red Hills Road, Red Hills, and up there they call it Heavendale. So I went to Calabar School for about maybe a month, and then migrated to America. I went into New York. Yes, so during the days of my father and his church, I used to play the guitar in his church. So that's
Okay.
where my musical skills came from. And then I moved on, and when I came to New York, I got into different bands. And believe it or not, I even played for Bob Marley
Oh,
back in 1972. He did a concert in New York at the Concourse Plaza, and I was blessed to be one of the guitar players. Now, Bob Marley did not travel with the Wailers at that time. It was just Bob, Bunny, and Peter who traveled to New York, and we did the show. John Holt was on the show too.
mm.
And yeah, all of the names has passed on, yes, but how many people can say other than the Wailers that they have performed with or for Bob Marley? Not too many.
No.
Right. So yeah, and my skills went on, and been in New York playing in the tri-state area, and that was like tri-state area meaning like Boston, Philadelphia, Connecticut, in New York, and all over. And then I moved on from New York, left music, and went to Connecticut to raise a family, because while playing in in New York and went to Connecticut, I saw this beautiful woman that I have never seen beauty like that before in my life. So I went ahead and got married and have children, as like any other normal person. And I had 5 children, and that was it. And we are. I moved from New York now to Connecticut. Moved from Connecticut, came to Florida, and as I told you, we started a band with Carlton Coffee, and then I formed my own band, Benaiah, and then I start. Am I still on myself? I'm telling you about myself. Is that what that? So because
No, no, thank you for that. Thank you for
yeah,
getting into, how this musical gift came about. And you're a Gitsy. You play the guitar. You're an
yeah,
instrumentalist. You have a band as well. So I like that you sort of shared all of that, encompassing your family life.
right.
Tell me what your musical mission is today. What
My my
inspires
mus-
your current
my
musical?
musical mission today is to travel the world and sing the messages that I have gotten.
Hmm.
And I have done that with the Mighty Diamonds, and now I'm doing it Benaiah, just me. I have a full crew. I have my singers, I have my band, but it's not every time I can go out and take my singers and my band because I'm not in such a demand right now yet. I notice I says yet because my album name is Vision with Faith. You have to
Yes,
have
vision with
faith in
faith.
you have to have faith in everything you do.
Yes.
So I'm having the faith knowing that yes, I will be that strong of an artist that people will come on and see and crowd the place to
Yes.
hear my message and hear me sing. I believe that I have a voice different from other voices out on the road, and I don't really try to sound like anybody. But believe you me, when I was in New York growing up, during those days playing in different bands, I used to try and imitate Dennis Brown. I don't know. Dennis Brown should be the only singer that is mostly imitated by other singers. Everybody wanted to sound like Dennis Brown, you know. Should I have faith in you? Should I put my trust in you? Or should you let me down? Should I flirt around? You know, that's a Dennis Brown style.
Yes. Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah. But but at that time we wasn't singing Should I? We were singing Money in My Pocket and Silhouette and those type of songs, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Tell me about the album, like the production behind it, like your production team, the concept, you know, how it came to be, how long did it take, how many tracks, you know, tell me a little bit more details.
Well, my details I can tell you if you're speaking about the current album that
Yes,
I
the one that you're having the album release party.
okay. This album here, it's another, what you'd call it now. It's a trial of faith again, because during 2020 and 2021, during high COVID, I went to Jamaica and we had to have masks on in the studio. And yes, some of us we showed up, and I went to Todd's studio, and you know, Dean Fraser is always producing stuff with me.
Oh, I love
So
Dean.
yeah, Dean is the man. He has a way with vocals. He's not an easy guy to deal with in the studio, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you're not singing properly, he'll curse you out and run you out. I've seen him done that before to different backup singers already, or I should say just singers. He never done that to me because, of course, the session would stop. But you know, he would he would be something like, "Come on, Joe man," you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to the studio. I kept working on the album before COVID, and now while I was touring with Mighty Diamonds. I've spent 7 years with the Diamonds.
That's Capo Diamond, correct? Capo?
Yeah, huh?
Capo
Say that
Diamond.
again. Huh?
You're also known as Capo Diamond.
Capo Diamond, yes, because on each shows that we the Diamonds, when we perform, we have a breakdown in the show where I would do my thing, Judge do his thing, and Tabby do his thing. When I say his thing, I mean we sing a little solo part. Now each time I'm doing my solo part, I would say I am Joseph Benaiah, aka Capo Diamond. Doesn't matter where I am, because I want people to realize and know that I'm not just Diamonds, because before the Diamonds I had like 5 CDs to my credit. And now you know, I'm working on this one's my 6th CD. So I always was looking forward to come out and do my own thing. But the Mighty Diamonds were so far ahead of me that what I did was I paid a lot of attention to the Mighty Diamonds material and shows and bookings and the whole business, you know. So that's how that came about. But as far as the CD is concerned, I get back to it now. I had a host of good musicians. This CD, before COVID, I was working with Sly and Robbie. Of course, Robbie Shakespeare passed now. but you know, it has great musicians on it. You have Sly and Robbie. You have Robbie Lynn, a keyboard player. Some tracks had Tyrone Downey, who's from the Wailers. We had Dean Fraser at that time. He would call his horn section the Ras Brass. But now, you know, I just say Dean, and he has different horn players that he work with. We my tracks also. I worked with Danny Brown, Danny Glenn Brownie. I worked with Danny Basie from Firehouse Crew. I work at Mixing Lab. I work at Todd's Studio. I've worked at Grafton Studio. A lot of studios in Jamaica I've been around. Musicians in Jamaica know me more than anybody else. I remember days gone by when I was in Mixing Lab working. This was years ago. When I come down there to work, it's not because the musicians them so much love the work that I'm doing, but they were looking work. So you would find that there's a crowd of people in the studio and out the studio, you know, just rallying around trying to get some work. And the studio was always crowded. So yeah, that's where we're at right now.
The same studio. Wow. Yes,
Yes.
that's so wow. That's wonderful. Tell me,
Hmm.
tell me about the news, like when the news broke, that Two Mighty Diamonds had both transitioned, all within 1 week of each other. Tell me how you felt when you first heard the news, since you worked so closely with them and clearly you have a
Well,
family relationship.
that night was a very frightening night for me. The phone started ringing. I think was about like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it never stopped until late the next night. Uh, when I first heard it, when I first saw the text that Tabby Diamond got shot, it didn't really dawn on me that much. I was watching TV, just finished eating dinner and everything, and I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. There's more, five, six, seven more texts coming in, and people are asking me now, do you know anything? Do you know anything? Is this true? Is this true? Tell me it's not true. Stuff like that. So I decided to make a phone call to Judge in Jamaica. When I called Judge, he said he heard the same thing and he has no concrete evidence or anything of anything like that really happened. So he said, I'll call you back when I hear something. Well, he never called back that night, but other people who was close in range, I wouldn't call names now, uh, called me and said, did you hear what happened? And these are people who is in the business. And I said, yes, I heard something. He said, yes, it's true. So right away, it's like, you're seeing, well, wow, this really happening? COVID is not out the way as yet. It's better than before in 2020 and 2021. It's getting better. People are crowding up, going to wrestling matches and ball games and footballs and sports and everything, but COVID is still out there. That's the reality.
Yeah.
And we have done so many things differently. And I have people texting me right now telling me to join the group, voicemail and all that. They're probably tuning. My phone is going off like crazy. There might be people watching, and so listen, the ones that's texting me right now, I'm in an interview and I cannot go over to your group.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. I
yeah,
bet you
so
had shock, and you were definitely in shock when you heard the news, and I'm sure your phone was going off similar to like it is now, and probably a lot more.
yeah,
Um, how is those losing, we've lost a lot of reggae legends in the last few years, especially some through COVID, some not related to COVID too, but we've lost so many great um reggae legends
right.
and in the past 2 years. So I think everybody's feeling it, all the reggae family around the world are feeling the loss, because you know you leave a legacy within your music, and that's what you're leaving us as well within your music. I feel, and everything
Yeah,
you do, it's your legacy.
right.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you for sharing that experience. Tell me about your spiritual journey. I want to know more about your journey. Maybe something that may have happened along the way in life that changed your perspective on things.
um, well, my journey, are you speaking of journey with the diamonds or just my journey by
Your
itself?
personal journey, like spiritually, you know, maybe something, maybe that happened, and maybe it changes perspective on things. Maybe something that happened in your life that you can share that kind of changed um, your thoughts on spirituality.
Well, there is a lot of things that happen that you have to just keep on thanking God for.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a day-to-day journey. You never know what's gonna happen. Most times, and I think I should say every time, as life goes on, do the right thing, because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what tomorrow bring. So just keep doing the right thing, and that's it. I don't see myself holding a grudge with no one. Whatever anyone wants to do, they do it on their own, and I'm satisfied with it. As far as I am concerned, with life journey, I try to make the best of it. I don't really have any major thing that happened that really turned me around, more than because I have faith and
Mm.
believe in the Most High. I continue my journey with that.
Yes. And
you know,
since we left it off on that, you're journeying with the Most High. I do want to play your track "Traveling" for everybody on the radio. I can't play out the music in full here on Instagram, but I
right?
have a curated playlist of Joseph Benaiah music that
Yeah,
I will be playing following the interview. So everybody on the radio is going to be able to take in all your music in full. I'm going to play, a snippet of "Traveling" now, just like give them a sample,
right.
of what's to come following our reasoning.
Okay, so
Because of Instagram rules, I can't play out the full track here, so it's going to be under a minute sample. But this is "Traveling" by Joseph Benaiah.
mm-hmm. Every time.
Over the hills, over the valley, Jaja will guide me, cause I'm traveling. I'm a traveling with the traveling with Jack. I said traveling. I'm a traveling with the traveling with Jack. Hey, I don't want to get caught in any eye track. No international terror ain't gonna turn.
That's "Traveling," Joseph Benaiah.
Yeah.
Big track, big track.
Yeah, big
Tell-
track indeed. That track was done with Sly and Robbie Lynn, Dean Fraser, and Sky Juice, Tyrone Downey. It's an all-star side. That's powerful lyrics too. We all, if we're not traveling with Jah, something is wrong, and something will get wrong.
Yeah.
you know.
I love
Most,
that. I love that.
yeah,
It speaks to the messages in your music,
that's right.
um, and what's to come for the album as well. Tell me about the making of the music video. I see that you released a video for "Traveling" and also for "Blessings."
Yes, it was very interesting. Traveling, we decided that we are going to do traveling because that's most recent, but I'm gonna tell you about both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling, we decided to use different sceneries in Jamaica because what I'm doing is I'm really doing the CD so that Europeans and people abroad can see and enjoy the music while they're seeing sceneries from Jamaica. I find out that a lot of people is not going to buy a CD at this moment. So let's just say they're gonna download. What helps them to go and download the track is if you go into their bedroom, living room, or dining room, wherever they have a TV, they can hear the music and see a video with the music and say, I like that song. They probably not listening to a radio station, but they're seeing it. So I have developed different sceneries in Jamaica. I started off at the airport, Norman Manley Airport, which is Kingston. I went over to Port Royal. I went to Harborview, and I continued on to Bagua. If anybody, I'm sure Jamaicans know what I'm speaking about, and some
Yes.
foreign people, right? And we went straight to Ocho Rios, believe it or not, and did different scenery. You have seen me walking over a bridge that's called Flat Bridge. That's a famous landmark for Jamaica. I've done scenery out of halfway tree next to the clock. That clock
Yes.
is like a landmark, like Big Ben, you know. You know. So yeah. Now that's where I done that. But when it comes on to blessing now, blessing, I decided that that was my first take. I said we want to do something a little different here. We want to do scenery, and we want to do like a live performance. No,
Mm-hmm.
it was not really because you're miming to the music. It was not really a live performance per se, but it looked like a live performance.
Yeah.
Right. We had Dean Fraser and a trumpet player. I don't remember his name, but he's a new one on the scene. One of Dean's, I should say, he's bringing him. You
A
know.
protege.
Yes, yeah. And I had Robbie Lynn on keyboard, and I had backup singers. Now, if you look at whoever sees the video and see the backup singer, the lady in the yellow is Buju Banton's sister. And
Okay.
yes, and the lady in the shorts, black and white, is her name is Nikki Burt. She does a lot of singing for different artists, whether it's studio or live performance. Then I had Courtney Panton, who is on bass, also was the person who directed the video. And I don't think I leave anybody off. That was it. And
Yeah.
and we went to different areas, nice areas. We went downtown by the beach, by the sea. I shouldn't say beach, by
Beautiful.
the sea. Yes, and we shot from there. And the first shot that we shot, we was in the park. What's the name of that park? Emancipation Park. We made some scenery from there and mixed it up, and it came out real good. The song is a great song. Everybody loves that song. I love it. I think the performance on the song, both vocals and instruments
Yes.
and
I
and
love
and
it.
and the scenery, everything was good on that song. I really enjoyed that video and looking forward. So I have like 4 more videos I'm gonna be doing. I'm just taking my time with it. No, not I'm not in too much rush at this moment because you can't rush off a video. You have to give it time to soak in and people see it and enjoy it. All
Yes.
the
Yes.
all the compliments I've gotten on that video was so up and upful, and I am giving out my appreciation now to people who have said great song, great vocals, great this, great that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me about the event that's happening at the Canadian Reggae Music Conference. And I do want to also say to anyone who's here who has a question, now's the time to drop your question in the question box down below. But I did want to talk to you, Joseph, about the event. Tell me more about it. Like what can we expect to see on Saturday? Is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday.
Yes, it's Saturday. You expect to see a great performance from me.
Yeah.
I believe the conference starts on Wednesday, and I am coming in on Wednesday. I'm gonna try and do some rehearsing on Thursday. I know for sure Friday we're rehearsing. I have worked with that band twice now. I really love that band up there in Canada, and the backup singers. They're true to me. They are
Mm-hmm.
reliable. So I like the way. I wish I could take them all over the world with me. Yes. The performance. I expect myself to have a great performance. Big up to Masani.
Yes,
Masani,
Bridget
who is
Masani.
keeping this great convention here, who have
Mm-hmm.
invited me twice now to her Rasta Fest. And I'm looking forward to come back next year, to go back next year to Rasta Fest. One of my main reasons is because it's her 30th anniversary. And I believe
Yes.
for 30th anniversary, keeping a festival, I want to be a part of it to do even a greater show than I've done this year past. The show past this year was very good. Benaiah did I set a mark this year on the festival, and I'm going to set a higher standard next year.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. I'm
Hmm.
excited to see you at the festival coming up in 2023. And I know it was successful in 2022. So I'm happy to hear that you'll be forwarding again
Yeah.
and performing here in Toronto. So it's
Hmm.
at Reggae Cafe for anyone that wants to check it out, support the thing, and you'll hear songs from the album, obviously, which is going to be a treat for everyone here in the city. I also shared the flyer and also follow at Joseph at underscore Benaiah for all the updates on the event coming up on this
I believe
weekend.
that I know that the venue has changed. It's not going to be at Reggae Cafe.
Where is it going to be now?
It's a couple doors down from Reggae Cafe. I don't remember, but Masani will give you the proper uh, uh, um, place where the event is going to be kept. Reggae Cafe has closed down.
Okay.
Yeah, someone said that they're selling the building or something like that. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna have to
mhm.
get the updated address details
Yes,
from
yes, yes.
Masani. Actually, she's here in the chat. She could also drop the address in
I see
the.
her just now. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's also joined us, so she could. All I might even invite her in to talk about that, the event this weekend and the Canadian Reggae Music Conference starting from Wednesday.
yeah,
So there's going to be a lot of things going on, and the conference. You know, we had to do some things virtually for the past couple of years. So I'm happy that the conference has been back in full force, and of course, Rasta Fest back in full force.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me about a place in the world. I mean, you performed here in Toronto. Tell me about other places that you might have performed and where you've really felt welcome and you would love to perform there again.
Okay. I'm gonna give you two insights of different things here that happen. I have done more performance around the world with Mighty Diamonds than I've done with Benaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have been to 8 different countries in Europe. I will call out a few names, which is like I've been to Paris, Holland, Spain, France, uh, um, Slovakia. Yeah, and let me see, that's five. Maybe I could go six. Um,
Wow.
but I
That's
did
a
eight
long,
different
long
countries.
list.
We've been many different states in America. But as Benaiah by myself, I have been to Japan. I've been to Brazil. I have been to Mexico. I have toured everywhere you could that has reggae music in America, and that's it. I am looking forward now to go back to, because I enjoy going to Spain, doing Rotterdam. I
Yes,
enjoy
I heard that.
Brazil. I enjoy Brazil. I enjoy reggae jams. I enjoy the different festivals in Europe. I believe, and I know, I should say, that the festivals in Europe are very, very heartfelt. They
Mm,
they 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 magnetize onto reggae to me more than anywhere else I've seen.
yes,
But Brazil is right around the corner too, because when we go to Brazil, a lot of people love. I mean, reggae is being loved all over the world,
yes, it
you know.
is.
Yeah, but those places that I'm telling you is massive crowd, 20,
Yes,
30,000 people, you know. And what drives an artist on stage is the feedback from the crowd.
yes,
I you know, not only in reggae music or music per se, but if a runner is out there running and he's leading and people are cheering him on, he's giving it everything he has until he's at the finish line, you know, and then he falls on the ground. It's the same kind of thing with reggae artists. We once we are getting the feedback, we're gonna give you the all and all. But if we go ahead on stage and we're singing our hearts out, and then you just stand there and look, not even a clap, no rain,
oh no,
we
no.
feel we feel.
It's all
But
about the energy, right?
right, but I've never really had that, but I've seen
No,
it.
no.
But I've
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
yeah, yeah.
I'm always got the most energy in the crowd, and I'm usually
Right,
at the
yeah.
front.
Mm-hmm.
It lifts up everybody else's energy, and it's a vibe. You know, there's nothing
Right,
like live reggae music.
right. Right. Nothing like live reggae music. Reggae music is the greatest music in the world. One of the
It's the
reasons why
heartbeat.
is because if you're inside of a dance where people are dancing to reggae music, people are doing all different types of motions. It's not
Mm,
because they're out of beat, but it's because they're dancing to different instruments in the music. If someone will be dancing to the bass, someone will be dancing to the rhythm, someone will be dancing to the hi-hat, you know, they move in, you know, the bass, you know, they're doing different dance. So
yes.
that's why it's the greatest music in the world today. Hmm.
Well, I'm excited for Saturday. So Masani did say in the comment section that the CD launch is back at Reggae Cafe. So it looks like it's going to be at the original venue of
Reggae
Reggae.
Cafe.
Yes, she did make a comment in the section, in the comment section, saying that it's back at Reggae Cafe. So I
Oh
assume
wow.
something was worked out on that part. If
Oh
anybody
well.
has questions now for Joseph, now's the time to ask the questions. There's a little question box at the right hand bottom of your screen. So if you do have a question for him, now is the time. Like I said, there's going to be a curated Joseph Benaiah playlist that will be happening following the reasoning. It's only going to be for the radio listeners. So if you're here on Instagram, you're going to have to go to rootsreggaehub.com to listen to the full
Mhm.
curated playlist of some of Joseph Benaiah music. I love it. I've been listening to it over and over, and I was doing my research as well into listening to more music that you
Well,
have out.
I can't wait to let you get a copy of the new CD and
Yes.
give you some more of my other CDs that you can keep playing and make it a part of your radio list to play me weekly.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
have something for someone. There's always some music that I have that people will love.
Oh,
I'm working on a song called Sweet Talking Lady. And
okay.
yes, and I believe that one you're gonna play a lot too. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I do.
So
I love that you do talk a lot about love as well in your music, and you talk about spirituality, the Most High. You know,
yes,
these are themes that I find in your music.
Right.
Is it easy to write about love? Does it come from a place of experience when you're writing those type of lyrics?
Yes, it does. It does. You're right. I do have people who write songs for me too, but I
Mm,
do write my own songs, and I only sing uh, lovers rock and roots and culture, singing
yes.
about praises to God. That
Yeah.
is my style.
Hmm.
So I don't know it any other way. You know,
Okay.
I hear of it other ways, but I don't deal with it the other way.
You know, a
Yes.
lot of people, we've had the discussion in previous interviews with some reggae artists and, the audience. And, we've had people say, this new age digital reggae, it's not the same. It doesn't make me feel the same. And I love the fact that, you're staying true to the roots and culture, in every sense of the word. And, I mean, the digital and the way they're doing things, it sounds different. A lot of it sounds different from, like the original legends that we were discussing earlier today. It makes
Right.
you feel different,
But let me show you something now. When I go to the studio and I'm making a song, I don't do digital songs, you know.
Yeah.
I Everybody is playing an instrument.
Hmm.
There's a drummer, there's a bass player, there's a keyboard player, there's a guitarist, there's backup singers, there's me. There's an engineer and a producer. I never really go on. If you hear horns, it's the real horns. If
Yes.
you if you, I don't have a keyboard making a synthesized sound like horn. I just go ahead on. If you hear strings, it's a real live strings people are playing for me. I don't cheat with the production. I keep it real. So
Yeah.
and I believe that people in reggae music will appreciate it like that too.
Yes.
I remember times went by where singers would sing on one chord with a drum machine and make a song. It don't even go to the bridge or nothing. Well,
Mm.
I'm glad those days are gone by. So yeah, because I can't do I wouldn't want to do that. Hmm.
Tell me, what are some of the big major differences that you see in the music industry or the reggae music industry from when you started your career? You've had such lengthy experience. Tell me something. What do you think the major difference is from the start till now?
The major difference is having the music uh, for people to hear it around the world anytime they feel like now.
Yes.
Before there was like a gatekeeper, just to use that word, gatekeeper. When
Hmm.
companies, you had companies that during the time of, I would say maybe in the 80s, 90s, early 90s, a record company would offer you 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, depending on the caliber of artist you are. Some people get 100,000, but you owe the company. They didn't just give you the money because they love you. They give you the money with the intention that when they are distributing and marketing your product, they will make back the money. You can't always tell how much money they made. They might tell you after they made 300, $400,000 that they just made back the 100 they gave you. Nowadays, people can be in their house, put out a song. It's on Apple. It's on. You can download the song, and depending on how much promotion they do behind it, they can be a star overnight. Um, you know, I never get that overnight treatment. I've been
Yes.
doing this for a long time,
Yes,
and
it's so true.
you know, you know, that's the difference today. The music can be heard around the world anytime,
With a click
anytime
of a
by any.
button.
Just click of a button. You don't have the person who is turning you away. Ah, no, I can't sell that. Or no, no, no. Or you're not good enough. Or, they sign you, but then they shelf you. Shelf you in the sense whereas they had another artist who was making money for them. So they would put more into that artist and you're sitting on the shelf waiting to go. Well, you don't have that now. The only thing that can stop you is if your product is not that good and people don't want it and they're not buying it. But if you have good music, people are gonna want good music. They're gonna buy good music. So
This is true.
yeah, yeah. So
And I will
I
be playing your new album when you send me the whole album. And I also have a curated playlist that I will be playing shortly. We're coming to a close, we're almost close to the end of the interview. But I wanted to ask you a couple more questions.
yes, go
Tell
ahead.
me, tell me something most people don't know about you or would never guess.
What people don't know about me and will never guess. I have never had a question like that before. It makes me
Could be anything.
uh, uh, people don't know about me. Well, most of them don't know that I was born in December. I born on December 1st.
Oh, your
But
birthday's coming. You're Earth
my
strong.
birthday is coming.
Yes.
Um, 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 that is a question that I'm gonna think about tonight too. Even when I give you the answers, I've never had a question like that before. That's great. That's good. You sure you're just a radio host?
I am. I am. I do my best. I like to
Let me
get
see if I
people,
could.
thinking
I, I'm
sometimes,
I'm trying to give you another answer. Ask me the question again.
Tell me something most people don't know about you or would never guess.
I would never guess. Um, something. Interview me again and ask me that question, and I will give you a good answer.
Okay, tell me
That's a
where I
great
can
one.
find you. Tell me where everyone can find you on social media. Do you have a YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Or
All
well, we know you're on
platforms.
Instagram.
Instagram, YouTube. You can see my videos there, my new videos. Facebook. Masani Production has a website with me in it too. My website is there. Um, what do you call the other one again? I forgot.
Twitter. Are you on
No,
Twitter?
I'm on Twitter too, but that's not the one I was thinking of. But I'm on all platform.
All platforms.
All platform.
Okay.
You can message me. Benaiah Music at gmail.com. I'm gonna say it again. Benaiah Music at gmail.com. Now, a lot of people shorten the way they spell Benaiah. They go Bena Beniah.
Mm.
A lot of people spell it. I'm gonna say it again. They go Beniah. That's not how Benaiah is spelled.
Right.
Benaiah is spelled Benaiah. Benaiah. Is it? So when they go Beniah, they might not get me if they don't spell it properly. But maybe sometime, the computer figure out who they're trying to get and lead them. But if you're sending me an email, it won't come through. So you can send me an email. You can message me in any platform. I'll respond, especially the people in Europe or Brazil that wants to hire me now watching this interview.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send me a text or a message stating that you need me to come to your festival next year, and I'll be there.
Yes, I would
And
love to
I'm
see
not
that.
playing around.
Well, we know you're going to be here in Toronto at Rastafest, and I want everyone to be reminded of that. Go over to Masani's Instagram, or you can also find the Canadian Reggae Music Conference Instagram. I have tagged those on my page at Roots Reggae Hub, and I've also shared the event on our Instagram as well, page, Facebook, and Twitter, so you guys can see the address and know where to find Joseph Benaiah this weekend. On Saturday, it's going to be a treat.
That's right.
All right, and it's
That's
the
right.
real roots and culture reggae music that we love, the one where you feel it, the heartbeat is going with the bass, and the
Man,
guitar
come on
makes
out.
you get the shivers, and all the good reggae music that we love here at the Roots Reggae Hub.
Well, look here. If any listeners is listening and they love roots and culture and lovers rock, this weekend is the place to be at Reggae Cafe. Seeing that it's there, it's gonna be there now again. If you don't come out, that means you don't like roots and culture and lovers rock. If you love roots and culture, lovers rock, come on and eat up some of this music. You're gonna get a belly full.
Yes. Thank you
I
so much.
guarantee it. There's
Thank
no
you so
way.
much,
Look
Joseph.
here.
I think
let
we
me show
might
you
have
something.
one question
Yeah.
that came. We have one question that came in from the audience. We have a question here from Steve Audie. He's asking, how do you feel about the senseless killings of our reggae prophets?
Well, Steve, I don't feel good because one of the reggae prophets I was with touring for the past 7 years. Don't feel good about that, and I am praying. You can't hope in a situation like this. I'm praying that something drastic will be done to protect the icons of reggae, because we don't want to lose it. What happened to just dying natural death? Why do someone have to bang bang or kill or do this or that? And especially, do you know how hard it is to make it in music? You know how much time these people put in. You know what they had to do. I was speaking to Tabby and George once, and they would tell me that they used to rehearse in a place, and all these big roaches flying around, these big roaches, and they were singing anyway. People do all kinds of things, so it's not an easy thing to climb that ladder, and then when you get there, bam, 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 bam. So I don't feel good about it, Steve. And I hope that answers your question too. It's not good. I listen, right now as it stands, I really do feel bad about the children in South Korea. 150 children was stampeded and died over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's 150 family that is mourning and weeping. Do you know what it is to lose a child? It is, and what they went to celebrate Halloween. So I don't even feel good about that. It's a sad situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on around the world. I saw that on the news and I was
Yeah,
heartbroken. A lot of them are like 18, 19, 20 years
yeah,
old. These are young, not just South Koreans, but other tourists that were there traveling
yes,
from other
yes.
countries. It was a
Wow.
massive stampede. So if anyone, I send my thoughts and prayers out to the families. Of course, there's
Yes.
a lot going on even in the Congo too and Haiti right now. A
Yeah.
lot of protests
Wow.
going on.
Yeah.
This time of year it seems like a lot is coming to the end now.
Yeah.
2022. It's like
Yeah.
major event after major event, and this is just heartbreaking.
Yes, it is for real.
Mm.
It is heartbreaking. Yes.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Joseph.
Well,
Thank you so much for sharing that. We have one more question. I don't want to forget this last person asking. It's Sculler Mobs. He's asking, what would you tell an indie artist on how to make it in the business?
uh, keep on making good music and be humble. Um, you will get a lot of no's, but the yes will come. You know how much no's I've gotten already? Not this one. No. you know, and the yes will come. Have faith, and the yes will come. Just keep making good music. If you don't make good music, I don't see a future in it. That's my best option to tell anyone out there. Keep making good music, and yeah, follow the dream. Follow the dream.
Yes, follow your dreams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, or like Lady Sharon would say, make a decision to follow your vision.
That's right. Yes, with faith. That's right.
Thank you
Right.
so much for joining me tonight, Joseph Benaiah. I'll see you hopefully this weekend on Saturday. Everybody, make sure you're there. Support the thing. Support the
Yes.
movement.
All right.
Joseph Benaiah, follow him on across all social media, and definitely check out the YouTube videos that you put out for blessings and traveling. I love those. I love those videos. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
stay
for
tuned
having
here
me.
if you're on the radio for the curated Joseph Benaiah playlist that I will be playing right now following this show. It's going to be a half an hour of sweet, sweet reggae music from Joseph Benaiah. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm so
Thank
grateful
you.
and humbled that you took the time, and I learned so much today from you, so thank you.
All right, and blessed love to everyone who has been hearing me. And I can't wait to see people. I can't wait to see people. And what I mean by that is to be performing for people in different areas. You won't regret it. I can tell you this much. I'm not sitting here to embarrass myself, and when you come to my show, you go, oh my God, I can't believe it.
No, we're going to be feeling blessed. We're going to be giving thanks for what you're giving us, because it's sweet, sweet reggae music. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Thank you, Joseph.
Bless up. Kisses back to you. Bless up. All right. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. This is Melody tuning out.
All right.
See you later.